Direct object pronouns, or what I like to call DOPs, and how do we find them and make them in Spanish? So to answer the question, what is a DOP first in English, because I'm guessing that most of us don't remember what a direct object pronoun is in English, first you have to think it answers the question who or what of the sentence. It is what receives the action of the verb. So for example, my mom washes the dishes. What does she wash? She washes the dishes. So that the dishes is your direct object. If we wanted to make it a direct object pronoun, we would say my mom washes them. So the dishes are my direct object, them would be my direct object pronoun. So again, my mom washes them is the direct object pronoun. Them takes the place of the word dishes, so them becomes my direct object pronoun. Why do we even need direct object pronouns or DOPs? To sound more fluent. So take, for example, this conversation in English with no direct object pronouns. So a mom says, "Did you buy the fruit?" And the son says, "Yes, I bought the fruit." "Where did you buy the fruit?" "I bought the fruit at Safeway." "How much was the fruit?" "The fruit cost $4. "What kind of fruit did you get?" "Well, I got a variety of fruit." "How is the fruit?" "Fruit, fruit, fruit," right? Too much of the word fruit. It doesn't sound fluid. It doesn't sound right. So repeating the same word over and over just doesn't sound right. So here are direct object pronouns. There's me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, and las. So really there are 8. Now the top 4 we've seen before. They're the same as our indirect object pronouns, me, te, nos, os. They get to stay the same because they're people all the time. They're never objects. Our 4 bottom ones, lo is it or him, depending on if you're talking about a thing or a person. La is it or her, again, talking about a thing, talking about a person. Los is them, whether you're talking about things or a person, but it is the masculine plural form. And las is them when you're talking about feminine plural, either people or things. So let's give an example of each. Lo would take the place of what's something masculine singular for it. How about dog? Perro. So you could say, I bought you the dog. The dog, what'd you buy? The dog? It. Lo. Feminine singular thing could be the piece of paper. Hoja de papel. So your piece of paper is feminine, so you would replace that with la. And it's singular as well. Los. It could take the place of dishes, like we've been looking at already. So los platos. And it would take the place of los platos in the sentence. And las, something feminine in plural, would be flowers. Flores in Spanish. So if I said I bought her the flowers, or las flores, I could say I bought them for her and just use las. So notice, really, la, los, and las are what? They're the same as the. You just don't want to put the object there after it. So if you put la hoja de papel, it means the piece of paper. You just want to put la in your sentence to make it mean it. And I will show you some examples. So here, the most common DOPs are for it and them when we're talking about objects. So I wash them, los lavo, again los, because they're masculine and plural, because dishes are platos. We eat them, the enchiladas. Enchiladas are feminine and plural, so we'd say las comemos. We eat them. DOPs for people. We do use the 4 top conjugations and the bottom 2 or 4 as well, but we're going to concentrate on the top 4 here. Me, te, nos, and os when referring to people, because those 4 are the only 4 that just refer to people. So an example of a direct object pronoun for the top 4 would be I see you. Who do you see? You. So it's te, veo. They help me. They help me. Me ayudan. And careful, danger, direct object pronouns come before the verb. So again, think like I say with my indirect object pronouns, think like Yoda. So if you've ever seen Star Wars, think like Yoda and say, it I bought, instead of I bought it. So if I say I bought it, if you know the past tense, compré, the preterite past tense is I bought. And then it, let's say we're talking about the dog, so it's singular and masculine. You'd say lo compré, and that would be my sentence. So again, let's go back to the example of my mom washes the dishes. So the full sentence is mi madre lava los platos. I want to say my mom washes them, because we've already established that we're talking about dishes. So dishes are los platos, they're plural and masculine because it's los and platos. The OS tells us O is masculine and S means it's plural. So los is my direct object pronoun. So I say mi madre lava, and the los comes first, so mi madre los lava. So if you need to think backwards, always leave a space in front of your verb because it always comes in front of your verb. So let's give it a try with just the direct object pronouns. What would be these 5 nouns as direct object pronouns? So you have to think back. What is knife in Spanish? I'll do this one with you. So el cuchillo is the knife. So this one is masculine or feminine? Masculine. 1 because it's el, 2 because it's the O. El cuchillo. So what am I going to replace it with? Lo. Okay, you try the other 4, and you can always pause the video because I'm not going to give you sufficient time here to think it through. So please pause the video so that you can try these on your own, and I'll be giving you the answers here. All right, I'm switching, so pause if you haven't already. So let's, missed one. Okay, so let's do it together. So the napkins are las servilletas. Feminine and plural, so that ends up being las. The waiters, let's say they're mixed, girls and boys, so we always go with the masculine, camareros. Los camareros, masculine and plural, masculine because of the O, plural because of the S, los. The cups, los vasos. O for masculine, S for plural, so masculine and plural, it's los. And the salt is la sal. So this one doesn't have an O or an A at the end, so what do we have to do? Think of the, it's la, so it's feminine and it's the same, look, la. Muy bien. So now put it in your sentence. My sister has it. We already have the it from our previous slide. She wants them. We already have our them. You just have to think placement with the verb. They can have them. Them we already have again. Maybe a couple restaurants are fighting over waiters. I don't know. You can have them. Then maybe they're not very good. My cousins are washing them. We already have it from the previous slide, and I'm using it. So again, pause your video to give yourself sufficient time to think of all of those words and translate the entire sentence and put them in the right order. And remember, where do DOPs go? Think Yoda. It I bought. So, pause the video if you haven't already. We're going to do them here on the bottom. So, number 1. My sister, mi hermana, excuse me, mi hermana, I'm going to leave a space, has, she has, so tiene, and knife, masculine singular, we already have it from the previous slide, lo, mi hermana lo tiene. Dos, she wants them, so she, ella, wants, let's leave a space, because remember we need our DOP before the verb. Is quiere, and napkins are going to be replaced with las because they're feminine and plural, so ella las quiere. 3, they can have them, so they can, ellos pueden, remember it's a boot verb, have, now we have 2 verbs in a row, 1, 2. What do we do to the second verb when there's 2 verbs in a row? Don't conjugate the second verbs. We have pueden, tener, and I didn't leave a space for my DOP. I should have my DOP right here, and it's waiters, so it's los. Ellos los pueden tener. And we'll get into some more complicated versions of DOPs, because really you could say ellos pueden tenerlos. But that's another PowerPoint video. Number 4, my cousins are washing them. My cousins, mis primos, are washing them. Now, are washing is present progressive, so think back. Are washing, they are currently washing. So you want to say están, they are washing. What's our ing? Lavando. And them, the cups, los. So you can say mis primos los están lavando. And again, this one can be just like the previous one, and you could say están lavándolos. And again, I will go over when you attach your direct object pronoun to the end of a verb. We will go over that in another PowerPoint. I am using it. I am using. Estoy usando. And it is the salt, so la estoy usando. And again, you could say estoy usándola. So as of right now, remember that it goes in front of the verb, and you can always put it in front of the verb. It always sounds okay. It's always grammatically correct to put it in front of the verb. You just have some other options, which we'll go over at another time.